This video is brought to you by Salman Techno channel. Don't forget to subscribe this channel if you need more videos about programming, tutorial, and technology tips. And don't forget to like and share this video. Alright, let's start the video. In this video, I want to show you a brief explanation about Python. After we focused on HTML, CSS, particularly the project development, now we are going to focus on the backend language, which is Python. You might be wondering why we are going to learn about Python. Why not C++ or other backend language? First of all, I'm going to show you about the preface. Python is a popular programming language which was created by Guido van Rossum, the computer scientist from the Netherlands, and released in 1991. It is commonly used for web development for the server side, software development, mathematics, and system scripting. Oh, last but not least, AI development. For instance, if you want to make a system with k-nearest neighbors, linear regression, and other kinds of universal aspects of AI, Python is able to be used for AI development. Alright, you might be wondering about the reason why we are going to learn about Python is that because it works on different platforms. For instance, in Windows, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi, and etc. And it has a simple syntax similar to the English language. If you are wondering about Python, it has syntax that allows developers to write programs with fewer lines than some other programming languages. Yeah, exactly, because if we take a look at one of the other back-end programming languages like C++, if you want to start program by using C++, you have to define libraries like #include cstdlib, #include iostream, using namespace std, and you may start a code. However, Python has its difference. The difference is that when you are going to code, you don't need to add any libraries, but in any occasion, if you want to make k-nearest neighbors or linear regression or other kinds of AI, I mean the universal aspects of AI, you have to use libraries. You are not only watching this video, but you also follow what I do in this video. Alright, let's get into it. First of all, what you need to do is to access this website, python.org/download/, and then you will meet this page. Download the latest version for Mac OS. Perhaps you have any other different operating systems like Windows, Linux, and etc. You may use your own operating systems because I use Mac OS, so I use my own operating system instead. So the latest version provided by Python is this one, Python 3.14.3. And then we click this button, download Python 3.14.3. Alright, it has done. Let's click this one. And you will face this notification. Install Python. Welcome to the Python installer. We click continue, and then we click agree. After that, we click this install button. We have to wait it until it has done. Less than a minute, everybody. Alright, installation has done, and here are folders, not actually folders, I mean files provided by Python 3.14. There are idle until update shell provide.comment. We have made this folder, Python based folder here, Python Salman Techno, and then we can proceed into the terminal. First of all, if you want to prove whether the version that we use is correct or not, you can write this one, Python 3. Don't forget this 3 because we are using Python 3, not Python 2. Python 3 _version, and then we click enter. Alright, so it is proven, everybody, that we are now using Python 3.14.3. And then how about if I write Python 3? It will be similar like in idle. Python 3 will proceed into this kind of idle section in a terminal. So this one can be used to write a code, for instance, like print hello world, like this one, and then print 3 plus 3, the mathematical operation, which is 6. Okay, to quit this program, we can write this one, quit with the original bracket, and then we click enter. Alright, we have returned into the original version. I mean the original page, right? If you want to access your own document by using this terminal, it is able for you to write this code, cd documents /python salman-no. In here, I want to show you about the structure first. Documents in here stands for the main folder. However, Python Salman-Techno is your own folder, which is located inside this main folder. So Python Salman-Techno is called as the specific folder. Alright, let's click enter. And yeah, we have accessed into our folder, which is Python Salman-Techno. And then if you want to add one Python file, you can write touch. For instance, my file will be python practice.py, and then we click enter. Yeah, you can take a look at this folder. In here, python-practice.py has been added so that we can proceed into the Sublime Text as our inputting application. This Sublime Text is for input. However, for the terminal, it's a place for the output. So now let's open our file, documents, Python Salman-Techno, and python-practice.py. Make sure that your file is still blank, and let's start coding. We are going to use this application for input. For instance, let me test print hello world. I have a typo in here, everybody. Hello world, and then I'm gonna save it. Let me save it, and then how to call the file by using terminal is to write this code, Python 3, and then write the original file, python-practice.py. Let me prove it, which is correct or not. Okay, let me prove it whether it is correct or not by clicking enter button. Yeah, exactly. After we input this word, hello world, so that this one is our output. So this one is print hello world, so that this one is the output. This one is the input, this one is the output. Hello world. How about if I delete both quotation marks in both sides? However, if we take a look at the previous one, this one is considered as a string. However, if I do like this one, what will be happen? It's an error, right? Because we don't add quotation marks on both sides, so that there will be an error. In instead, for instance, if we want to write such a number like this one, and then we save it, python-practice.py. So it will be considered as an integer, right? 15 here. All right, let's get back into the main part. Print hello, my bad. Print hello world. So after we input that word, and then it will be translated into the terminal, become an output. All right, in here, I just want to show you all data types in Python, and then I'm gonna integrate with variables. Imagine that you are answering a question in mathematics, and it is related to equation. For instance, like linear equation, there are two variables like y equals to x plus c. So x and y are variables which contain numbers, like this one. So x and y stand for variables. All right, so in here, I just want to show you how to define a variable. How to call a variable is that to write one alphabet, but not only one alphabet. You can also write like my variable, but if you want to separate both words, you can write this one, my variable, like this one. But don't try to separate by using this dash sign, because it will contain an error. So instead, you have to write this one, my underscore variable, like this one, everybody. All right, let's get back into the main part. So this one is to define a variable. In this case, I'm gonna use A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Only one respective alphabets. For instance, for A, let me make a comment in here. This one is a string data type, and then this A is hello world. So instead of writing this one, print hello world, you can also write this one. So A as a variable stands for the string hello world, and then print A. Let me show you about the output. Python 3 python-practice.py. Yeah, hello world, same as the previous one. If you're curious about which data type you are using, you can write print type A. We can assume that what we are using is a string, but to prove it, we can write print type A, and then let's prove by using this terminal. Yeah, this one is the word we write, hello world, and this one is the string, the data type we used, which is string. So hello world is a string. And how about this one? So I'm gonna separate this one. This one is an integer. Oh, my bad. I mean, how about in any case, I make another variable, and then there is a quotation mark, and then between both quotation marks, I fill with 15. So what will be happen? You might be thinking that when I write a number in here, it will be an integer, but let me prove it, whether is it correct or not. So the answer, oh my bad. I forgot the Python 3 python-practice.py. Yeah. The answer is not an integer, but it is a string. After I write 15 in here, so 15 is not actually an integer. It is an integer unless if, no, I mean, it is an integer if I delete both quotient, not a quotient, I mean quotation marks on both sides. It will be an integer, right? But because I add quotation marks on both sides, so that it will be considered as a string. Okay, so how if I want to delete on both sides both quotation marks, and then I'm gonna save it. I'm really certain that 15 will be integer. Yeah, exactly. So hello world is a string and 15 is an integer. Let me mark this one as an integer. The next one is float. So what is the difference between integer and float? So integer is an integer, means that the number is exactly an integer number. So it doesn't contain decimal numbers like, for instance, 15.56. This one is a decimal, which is considered as float, not an integer. But if we make it independently, like this one, so it will be considered as integer, right? Next is float. So for float, I'm gonna show you that in float, we write decimal numbers like this one, 5.67, so it will be considered as a float. Print C, and then print type C. So you might be curious about that, so let me show you. Python 3, python-practice.py. Here is the result. Hello world class string, 15 is considered as an integer, 5.67, the decimal number, is the part of float data type. Let me show you the advanced one, like complex, list, tuple, range, dictionary, until the none type. So first of all, I'm going to show you the complex data type. So what is the complex data type? So the complex data type in Python is kind of a data type which the result is like this one. So there is one number and the only letter J. So don't integrate with Q, W, E, R or other alphabets, because the only recognized alphabet for the complex data type is only J. This one. And then print D to have the result, and print type D. To get the result, we can write this one, print D. To prove the data type we used, we can write print type D like this one. And then how about list? I'm gonna show you about the difference between list, tuple, and set dataset. Both of them are lists, but the difference is in the bracket used on both lists. For instance, in list, you only use this one, which is a square bracket, right? And then we list, for instance, school equipments like paper, and then ruler, especially for geometry, and then pencil, books, yeah, something like that. Only 4 objects that I mentioned here. And then print E, type E. All right, so let's save our program and let's get back into the terminal to determine the output we inputted. Python 3, python-practice.py. Yeah, exactly. So let's focus on this one, everybody. Paper, ruler, pencil, books is a list because we use this squared bracket. And how about if we use the original bracket? It is considered as tuple, everybody. So F stands for tuple data type. and it will be this one, original bracket. I should copy this one. Paper, ruler, pencil, books, print F. So F is a variable, stands for tuple, and this one is the data type we used. The next one is range. So let me show you about the range data type. Here it is. For instance, I have variable G, and the range is from 0 to 10. And then I'm gonna define it print G. This range is to arrange the number between 0 and 10. So it starts from 0 until the last number, which is less than 10. So let me show you like this one, print and then list G to list from 0 until the last number. But you don't only use this one, print list G, like this one. You can also write this one, print tuple G, and last but not least, print set G, and then the last one, print type G. Okay, you might be curious about that, so let me show you about that. Python 3 python-practice.py. Yeah, so like what I said before, range 0 to 10 is arranged from 0 until 9. 9, which is less than 10. So this one is a list because it uses the square bracket. The next one is tuple because original bracket is used, and the last one is set. So I think you guys curious about set, so let me show you about the set data type. The set data type uses this kind of bracket called curly bracket. So if you want to list by using set data type, you can use this one. But in other case, curly bracket is used for dictionary. So after this, I'm gonna show you the what we called as dictionary data set, like this one. So this one is the dictionary data type. This one is a form, an application form. For instance, there's an application form. You have to fill your name, age, nationality, and etc. So for instance, name Salman. Oh, forgot. I mean, this one is like a the database. I mean, the personal database, if I would say. Yeah. This one is nationality. For instance, this one is Indonesian. And the next one, age. For age, we don't need to add this mark, what we call as a quotation mark, but you can directly write the number like in the integer, like this one, age 18. And then print age, oh my bad, it's supposed to be I, print type I, and then let's save this to prove it. Python 3 python-practice.py. Oh, we got an error here. Yeah, I just want to remind you, if we are using dictionary, don't forget to add this comma sign to separate between both elements, like name Salman, and then we separate by using comma, and then the next one, and then we separate by using comma, and this one is the last one, the last data. Let's save it and let's get back into our code. Yeah, so this one is a dictionary data type, name Salman, nationality Indonesian, age 18, class dictionary. The next one is the set. Oh, set is done, and then frozen set, I mean. Frozen set is different with set. In frozen set, it's almost similar to set, but you have to add this one. Okay, let me copy this code and then HIJ here. We remain using this one. We still use this one, but we have to add this one. Frozen set, like this one. So frozen set, and then inside those original brackets, there is a set, an original set here. The next one is Boolean. We can call simply as bool in here, but let me show you Boolean. So there are two Boolean values such as true or false. For instance, let me separate between both of them, K and L. K is true and L is false. Print K and print L. Print type K and print type L. Alright, and the next one is bytes. And how about bytes? It will be like this. Okay, L M B hello, and then print M, print type M. Yeah, so for bytes, it will be like this one. We add B, letter B, and then the string itself. The next one is byte array. For instance, if I write byte array 5, so there will be x00 signs 5 times, and then it will be print and print type and the next one is the memory view. So for the memory view, you can write this one. And then last but not least, the none type. So if we write none in here, so it will be considered as non-type data type. All right, we have done. Let's save this, and then we come back into the terminal, Python 3, python-practice.py. Yeah, so it is stated that from the first one, hello world as a string, until the non-type, both of them are all the data types of Python. Like what I said before, in the byte array, there are 5 x00s. Like this one, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x00s with the class byte array. And true and false are Boolean data types. All right, so things related to data types have been done. That is the end of this video, and see you on the next episode.